Howdy folks, I'm untrustworthy Ursula, unleashing unruly urchins.
I'm Amber.
And here's my magic amulet. It would normally sit on my chest, but today instead it sits on my head so that I can listen to Ariel's voice while I fall asleep at night. I don't know, that sounded a little creepy. But let's get started. Alright folks, and our first letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Telling My Friend That I Don't Want to Take the Same Flights as Her for My Honeymoon? I'm a 30-year-old female and I'm getting married very soon and planning to go to Barcelona for my honeymoon, which I had thought I told my best friend, a 30-year-old female. A few days ago, my friend told me that she is planning a trip to Barcelona the day after my wedding, which I was initially taken aback by since I thought that she had planned this knowing that I was going. My friend has joked before about tagging along to my honeymoon and can feel a bit clingy at times, which has been noted and communicated by the other friends. She made it clear that she didn't know about my plans, but that she was going to go ahead with her plans anyways. I would prefer if this wasn't the case, but I can't stop her from going to a part of the world. From previous encounters, I anticipate that she will want to spend some time with us while we are there, and I can foresee her feeling offended if we don't. I suggested to my friend that if we're all going to the same time, that my husband and I book different flights, and expressed that I would not feel comfortable being on the exact same flights. After our conversation, I get a phone call from my other friends asking me what I've done to make my best friend upset. She was upset by the comment that I made about feeling uncomfortable with taking the same flights and can't understand what about that makes me uncomfortable. She says that I've made her feel as though she has done something wrong, hence why I'm avoiding being on the same airplane as her. This was really surprising to me, and now my best friend doesn't want to speak to me. And my second friend seemingly is on my best friend's side and says that I should apologize. I feel so confused. I felt as though I'm justified in wanting to take separate flights. I don't want to dismiss my friend's feelings, but I'm struggling to understand her reaction. All right, folks, what do you think?
Not the jerk, and it's important you set very clear boundaries and expectations before the trip. I have a feeling that she knew exactly that OP was going to her honeymoon in Barcelona. As much as she denies it, no, she knew exactly what you were doing. And her jokes about wanting to go on your honeymoon weren't jokes. It sounds like she is kind of a clingy friend, and this honeymoon is about you and your partner. If you want to do a few, like a dinner together or a few activities here or there, that's fine, but make sure they have very clear start and end times. And personally, I would be like, you might even just want to be a little bit vague on what you're doing just so she doesn't like find your hotel and like, oh, well, I'm in the same hotel now. We might as well just do blah, blah, blah.
It must have taken concerted effort for her to get on the exact same flight as OP too, right? Because there are a lot of flights that go in and out of airports all the time, and to somehow end up on the exact same flight seems a little beyond coincidence.
Well, it sounds like they haven't booked flights yet, but...
Oh, I see. Well, if they haven't booked flights yet, then I mean, it would be understandable for OP should just say that I've already booked my flight. I'm sorry, I can't go ahead and change it now, right? And or when the friend said this, it might have been a good idea for OP to be like, oh, we were going to Barcelona, but we changed our mind or something like that, right? And then that way the friend, if they ask, oh, where are you going? Then they can't basically try to claim that, when they change their flights and stuff like that, it's going to be pretty obvious that they're going to the same place as OP, right? So, I mean, I don't think that OP's in the wrong here. I think that this friend is probably being clingy, and the reason why they're upset is probably because OP is sending a very strong message that they don't want to hang around with them during their honeymoon.
Yeah, and I mean, it's understandable the friend will be a little bit, maybe a little bit worried or hurt that OP is pulling back a little bit. But honestly, it sounds like a very healthy boundary to set. You should be able to take vacations with your partner without your friend tagging along. I mean, of course, you should be able to still do things with your friends, but it seems like you just want one vacation away from her, and she's still trying to find her way onto it.
Yeah, but let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. All right, folks, and our next letter is titled, Am I a jerk for refusing to share my secret ingredient in our family's annual chili cook-off and beating everyone every year? So here's the deal. My family is super competitive, and every year we have a huge chili cook-off during our big reunion. It's a tradition. The winner gets bragging rights, a tacky trophy, and an all-important chili champ apron. For the past 4 years, I, a 30-year-old male, have dominated this cook-off. My chili is objectively amazing. I'm not trying to be cocky, it's just that good. Everyone in my family agrees, except now they're getting suspicious. My siblings and cousins are convinced that I'm hiding magic ingredients because no one can figure out why mine constantly wins. Well, they're not wrong. I do have a secret ingredient, and no, I don't want to share it. I feel like the part of fun of a competition is working on your own recipe and figuring out what makes it special. I spent years experimenting with different ingredients and perfecting this recipe. I'm not about to just hand it over like the key to my success. Last year, my cousin Amy, a 28-year-old female, got mad when I wouldn't share the ingredient with her, saying that it's not fair and that if I don't tell anyone, then I shouldn't compete. This year, things escalated. After I won again, Amy cornered me in the kitchen and told me that I was ruining the fun for everyone else by keeping the recipe in secret and making it impossible for anyone else to win. Now my mom and some of the other family members are starting to take her side. They say that it's just a friendly competition and that it's selfish of me to refuse to share my secret. But to me, it's still a competition, and why should I give up what makes my chili stand out? I've offered to help them improve the recipes by giving them tips, without revealing the secret, of course. But that's not enough for them. Amy is now saying that she might not even participate next year if I don't play fair. So, am I the jerk for keeping my secret ingredient to myself and continuing to win the family cook-off? All right, folks, what do you think?
I mean, honestly, they need to change it up. Like, maybe do a bake-off next year or some other dish, or even have multiple dishes like best appetizer, best main, best salad, or, any number of things. Because this isn't a fun competition at this point in time. When you have one person who always wins and, no one else can win, that's not fair, that's not fun. So I understand that OP is very protective over their recipe, but I can also see why people don't want to participate when there's one person who always wins.
Yeah, I mean, part of the fun of a competition is being able to compete with people of similar skills, right? If a chess grandmaster goes up against a newbie and, beats them for 100 rounds, that's not fun. That's not going to be enjoyable for anyone. And I think that it really kind of cheapens the competition there, right? So like, if the chess master went into like a newbie competition and just completely decimated everyone, that's not fun for any of the participants there. And likewise, it's not fun if OP continues to dominate. Now, I think that they should take some time and try to improve the recipes. If they're doing the same thing over and over again, then that's not going to help them improve the recipes, right? But I don't think that they should be forced to either. I think, like you said, maybe having different competitions each year or rotating things would be a little bit better way to bring the fun back into things, right? I mean, I'm not blaming OP here. I think that it's great that they came up with their own chili recipe, but I think that now that there is a clear winner, until somebody feels ready to go ahead and challenge OP's throne, that maybe the chili cook-off should be suspended and replaced with some other competition for the foreseeable future. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. But folks, let's see what the Wheel of Judgment has to say. Wheel of Judgment, turn, turn, turn. Tell us the judgment that OP's earned. Certified Drama Llama.
I mean, it fits.
It sure does fit. It sure does fit.
Well, and like the way he's like, well, I'll help them with their technique. Like, if there's one ingredient that's what's making the chili, helping them with their technique doesn't matter.
Sing like a song says, not the jerk. It would make no sense for Amy to copy your chili recipe and enter it as her own, since it's the same chili entered twice. There's no logic, rhyme, or reason. It's just a copy of your recipe. What Amy could do if she wants to win is Google chili recipes until she finds one that she really likes and maybe mix and match some recipes together. Like doing her own research shouldn't be that hard, especially if she wants to win so much. She shouldn't be able to just win by repeating your work. And this is what I mean by experimenting, is finding other recipes and finding other things that other people are doing.
Yeah, but I feel like that's like, sure, that's fine if you want to do it, and maybe it sounds like that's maybe what OP did, but not everyone has the time and energy to just sit around making a bunch of chili recipes. If it's supposed to be a for fun competition, it should be something that anyone can do without like too much preparation.
And Donut Disturb says, maybe pick a different dish each year, curry, Chinese, Spanish, Mexican, barbecue, so they have a chance of winning. Keep the chili trophies and retire undefeated. And Nomad I-17 says, I like this idea. Everyone gets a year to prepare. It's a new dish, so the recipes and skills are learned, and the family can revisit the same dish after a few years because everyone would have forgotten how the winner's dish tasted. Alright folks, and our next letter is titled, Am I a jerk for not telling my boyfriend that I could understand his language this whole time? I'm an 18-year-old female, and I've been with my boyfriend, a 19-year-old male, for 2 years now. This all started when we met 3 years ago. I was new at our high school, and he introduced me to his friends group, which had mostly French speakers. I've never been confident with my French speaking due to my insecurity about my accent, but I can understand the language perfectly. I was just too embarrassed to let them know because I was scared they would ask me to try to speak French with them. I got really close with a friend group, and my boyfriend and I got together after 1 year of speaking. My not speaking French had never been a problem because he would speak English around me and always made sure his friends did the same, and went on for so long that I just didn't have the heart to tell him that I could understand them anyways. The problem started in university. We both got a house off campus together, but my boyfriend was always coming back really late. I had convinced myself that he was probably occupied with university stuff, but the other night I overheard him talking on the phone to one of his French friends about how he had hooked up with 3 different girls at the same time and was completely baffled. I confronted him, but instead of being apologetic, he got mad that I could actually understand what he was saying. I tried to come up with an excuse and say that I had managed to pick up the language after all the time that we've been together, but he didn't believe me since he never speaks French around me, and he said that he can't trust me anymore. He is staying at a friend's house now, and I don't know if I'm at fault here for not telling him that I understand French, or the real problem is him cheating. Am I the jerk? And if yes, what to do? All right, folks, what do you think?
No, not the jerk, and just let him go. You're better off without him. I mean, he has proven that he is untrustworthy, and he's doing that thing where someone, does something they know is wrong and then they try and deflect. Oh, well, it's your fault because you were listening to my conversation. You didn't tell me you could understand French.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's laughable that he's calling OP untrustworthy. The man who cheated on you is calling you untrustworthy. Now, certainly, maybe OP could have fessed up at some point in time, but the reason why he's mad isn't because OP knows French. He's mad because he got caught,
Mm-hmm.
and he got caught with cheating.
Right, he thought he had this foolproof strategy to keep the wool over OP's eyes, and it turned out that there was a fundamental flaw.
Mm-hmm. So OP isn't in the wrong here at all, and I think that it would be in OP's best interest to dump him and get an STI test ASAP. This guy is clearly sleeping around, and this is not you don't want to take your chances with these kinds of things. OP could have picked up an infection from him being careless at this point in time, right? And so I think that it's a good opportunity to get out and get out now. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And Flirty Katrina says, it's so unfair that he's trying to twist this to make it your fault. You deserve way better than that kind of treatment. And Discombobulated Slug says, he said that he can't trust me anymore. Laughing face. And Brenda Starlet says, you're not at fault for understanding French. The real issue here is his betrayal. Cheating is a serious violation of trust. Prioritize your well-being and consider this relationship if it's worth it. All right, folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some tea right here, and Amber, she has a joke.
Why did the ice cream become a reporter?
The ice cream became a reporter because they wanted to get all the hot scoops.
Yeah, I wanted to get the scoop.
I wanted to get the scoops. Yeah, okay. I figured it was something like that. I was like, but hot scoops and ice cream? I don't know. Maybe there's like melted ice cream or something like that. Who knows?
Knock, knock.
I already had a joke.
Guess the punchline, so.
Well, no, but that's part of the goal is to guess the punchline.
No, it's not.
Who's there?
Cash.
Cash you later.
Knock, knock.
Cash who?
No thanks, but I'd love some walnuts.
Oh, well, that one's not a bad joke. And I have the special guest tea, matcha. Alright folks, that's all the time we have today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy special Sunday, folks. And you know what makes it special? You do, and Amber does too.
And Brian does too.
Amber, we need some kind of moral advice and or guidance. Please, have it as though you're a cursed doll whispering secrets.
Alright, I guess I'll walk over there. Can I tell you a secret?
Yeah, you can tell me a secret, creepy doll.
The boyfriend in story 3 is a bad man.
I'm not surprised by that. He is a pretty bad man. Alright, creepy doll, thank you for your advice. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.